Alright guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Elimination if you're here for the first time. Okay, tonight we're going to be looking at how to choose the correct answers in physics, specifically in physics. So everything I'm going to be explaining to you guys is based on calculation. How are we going to maneuver it? If you've never been taught this particular topic, or you've been taught, or somehow you can't remember the formula, what are the measures, what are the things you have to do, even if you are very dumb. Now I'm going to show you guys how I actually did it. Now there are some questions in physics in which I didn't know the answers to it. I couldn't solve them. Now I used technical method, I analyzed it, and I was able to actually guess them correctly. This sounds like cheating, but trust me, it's legal, though it sounds illegal. Trust me, it works. So now pay close attention. Let's dive straight into this video. Alright guys, I have 7 tricks in which we are going to be using in choosing the correct answer in physics. Now I'm going to start from the first one down to what? The most useful. So we start from the least to the highest. Now pay close attention. Now the first one we're going to be doing is what? Elimination method. Now I know the one that will come to your mind. That's not what I'm talking about. This elimination is very different. Now when you're eliminating in biology, it's different from elimination in what? Physics. Now take a look at this. If you are given a question and you are given 4 options, now they are asking you a question pertaining to velocity. Obviously you know that the unit should be in what? Meter per second, right? Now you use the unit to choose your correct answers. Now this particular aspect, that's why you have to be good in units. Now if you are good in units, it becomes very easy for you. When they give you wrong units, then you easily what? Slash them out. This can never be the answer. You choose meter per second. That's the easy way to get a question you didn't even solve for. Smart, right? Now let's move over to the second, the substitution trick. Now this one you have to be smart to be able to do it, and I believe you are smart. Everyone is smart. Okay, now this method is very simple. Now when you are given options, the only thing you have to do, instead of you to go all the way solving and everything, you just need your formula. Now this works if you remember the formula. Now take note of this. Every single trick I'm going to be giving to you work hand in hand, and you have to apply all of them at once to give you a perfect result. So this one now that I'm telling you now, you have to what? Know the formula. When you know the formula, you just pick the option and plug it into the formula, and when it gives you, if it shows results that this was the parameter given to you, now you know that is the answer. Then you don't have to go all the way with you go straight to the answer. Now guys, the third one. Now there's something about JAMB. They always do what? Work with pattern, and they are fond of doing this. Now they use a trick method. This particular third one we are talking about is called what? The extreme values. What do I mean by extreme values? When I mean extreme value, I mean the options. When you are given options and you see, for example, you have option A 25, option B 30, option D you see option C, you see, let's say 40, then option D you are now going to see something like 120. Now students always fall for this. When you are given an extreme high value or an extremely low value, those two, the highest and the lowest, tend not to be the answer. So your answer should come from what? In between. Now these things I'm telling you only applies when you don't know the formula. You don't know what to do. You are confused. Take these measures and you are likely going to get the correct answer. Okay, so let's move on. For the 5th one, this is the most easy. Any person can apply this method. You don't need a formula to do this. Trust me. Now pay attention. This is using your common sense in physics. There's something you have to know about science. Science is what? Proven. Science is realistic. It's not imaginary. It's not superstitious. It's something that applies to your daily life. Now what do I mean? When you are given a question, for instance, let's talk about speed. They give you, let's say, an initial speed of a particular object. Now they now ask you to look for, let's say you are looking for the final what they call it, let's say you are looking for the final speed. Now pay attention. You know common sense. Now they told you in the question that a body is falling. Obviously, if a body is falling under gravity, what will happen? Speed increases, right? Now your common sense should tell you what this particular value, my initial value, you can't pick options that are below your initial speed. You have to pick options above your initial speed. Do you understand? Now this is just applying common sense. What you know is logical. Trust me, is JAMB that is setting it. They are very logical, they are sensible, they are using common sense to set it. So common sense also applies to this. Now let's move on. Alright guys, for the sixth one, recognition of formula. Now this is the hardest part, especially for the female. They don't like cramming formulas or those kind of things. Like everything's about stress when it comes to formula. They hate anything calculation. Now pay attention. The easy way to go across formulas is what? Studying the specific pattern in which particular questions come out. Now the most intriguing aspect of this, if you don't know how to use this, you will miss a lot of questions. Now when you are given units in a question, that unit gives you a clue of what the formula is to be. Do you understand? Now if you are given a unit like Newton per meter, when you are given a Newton per meter and you are asked to solve for what? Force, right? Now when you are asked to you are asked to solve for what? Pressure. You are given in the options, you are seeing Newton per meter, Newton per meter, Newton per meter. Now that gives you a clue. You now know that what? Newton is above, meter is below, right? It means that what? You will look for what? The parameter that its unit is what? Newton. And the next one, its unit to be what? Meter. So that's why you now have the formula for pressure, which is what? Force over what? Area. Newton per what? Meter. That is the concept. Using what options to what? Remember your formula. Very, very essential. This one will help you a lot in physics. Take note. Alright guys, for the final one, now pay attention. This one will help you with your what? Speed and accuracy. Now whenever you see questions, if you see wrong answers, slash them out in it. Don't hesitate. Now this final one is what? Cancellation of wrong answers is very, very easy. When you see that this can never be the answer, there is no possible way that this will be the answer, recognize those ones that are off and cancel. Now in physics, it's easy to recognize off options. When you have extremely high or extremely low values, you cancel those ones out. After cancelling those ones out, you now see that this remaining one does not follow the unit. What do you cancel? And you are left with one option. When you don't have time, this is the best thing to do. And when you don't know the formula, this is the best thing to do. I told you that we have to bring everything I've listed from number 1 to 7 work in sync to help you guess correctly in physics. Trust me, if you do this, you are going to amount to a very good score in your physics. Now guys, if you are here for the first time or you've been here, stay tuned. If you've not subscribed, click the subscribe button because I'm going to be dropping back to back tricks, cheat code you are going to be needing for JAMB. So don't forget to click that subscribe button and on the notification bell so that anytime I drop before your exam, you're going to see enough things that is going to get you prepared emotionally, mathematically, science-wise, and everything that is going to help you to stay intact and stay ready for your exam. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching.